Passionate and dedicated players are what makes a game's competitive scene most interesting. Legendary players like League of Legends' Faker or Street Fighter's Daigo are recognized even for people that do not follow the scene closely. With the recent release of Dragonball FighterZ, players from different fighting games have been gathering around to see who will become the best player. And with the game's first appearance at EVO 2018 right around the corner, these are 5 players you should be looking at in the Dragonball FighterZ competitive scene. This may come to a surprise to some. Most in the FGC don't consider Smash players to have basic knowledge to transfer to other fighting games. And there's a classic meme that Smash is not a fighting game, but I think Liffen is going to light the competitive Dragonball FighterZ scene on fire. If you don't know him, Liffen is one of the best melee players, currently ranked 6th worldwide. He was the first player to ever beat the 5 best players known as the Gods in tournament, granting himself the nickname of Godslayer. He even found some success in early Smash 4 but quickly went back to melee. In the beginning of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite's competitive scene, he showed some interest in the game and even attended some tournaments for it, but we all know where that game went, and hope to see it revive someday. When Dragonball FighterZ came out, it was the same story. He showed interest in the game, started grinding it on his Twitch, and started turning out pretty good. He recently got first place on both the PS4 and PC ranked leaderboards and continues to stream the game as he does so, analyzing different aspects of the game, talking tier list, patches, and even the meta of the game. Some weeks ago, he even fought the player Sonic Fox, who some people think that is the current best player of the game. And although there were online matches, he took a game from him, which FGC players never imagined a Smash player could do to any of them. Keep an eye on him, because he might surprise more people in the scene. What can I say about Justin that hasn't been said before? Apart from being part of EVO Moment 37, he's one of the best fighting game players of all time, bar none. His records speak for themselves. Justin Wong holds the most EVO titles with 9, specializing in both the Street Fighter and Marvel vs. Capcom series, especially in the second entry. But he actually has played everything from Mortal Kombat and Killer Instinct to Soul Calibur and Tekken, even playing Pokken Tournament. He's a jack of all trades. Even though his last EVO win was in 2014 and is currently ranked 25th in Street Fighter V, no one can deny the man's vast knowledge and skill for fighting games. And I think that this is why we should be looking at him as the competitive fighting scene and meta of Dragonball FighterZ develops further. He has showed great interest in the game, talking in social media about tips and tricks for the game and streaming it when he can. He has been talking about how he wants to do it with a quite unorthodox team of the 3 Gokus: regular Goku, Blue Goku, and Black Goku. He actually hasn't participated in many major tournaments for the game or had any significant online match against other top players, but rest assured, he's not going to get stage fright whenever he eventually does so. Be on the lookout for him, because come EVO 2018, he might have tricks up his sleeve no one would be expecting. Justin Wong may have dominated the days of Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but as soon as the 3rd entry came along, in came Chris G's domination. He was arguably the best Marvel vs. Capcom 3 player, taking first places in the game's last tournaments before MVCI became a thing. But his talents don't stop there. He's also a skilled Street Fighter player and was shaping to be, or still if the scene picks up, one of the best Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite players, taking 2nd place at Battle for the Stones. Chris G showed interest in Dragonball FighterZ before the game was even out, and when he saw the writing on the wall for MVCI, he quickly started training and became skilled in Dragonball FighterZ, winning lots of tournaments, and he's even currently ranked number 1 in SRK leaderboards for the game. One of his most famous encounters in the game came in February's tournament Winter Brawl 12, where he fought thought to be best player Sonic Fox and sent him to losers, but ultimately losing to him in the grand finals of the tournament. That said might make you think that he has no chance, but be sure he will go back to the lab and find everything he needs to add to his arsenal to be one of the most dangerous players in the game. I wouldn't be surprised to see him in Sunday finals at EVO for Dragonball FighterZ. Be on the lookout. This one might really come as a surprise to a lot of people. Cloud805 might be the least experienced or newest comer to the scene out of all the players showcased here, at least as a top player, but what he has shown until now is nothing short of impressive. Cloud805 is definitely best known for winning the only circuit, at least until now, for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, Battle for the Stones, beating out veteran and one of the series' best players NY Chris G in the finals. But as the game's competitive scene started to water down, he needed a new game to stand out at. He may not have been there from day one, but he has been catching up and real fast. If you go to his stream, You will see him grinding for hours on end to become the best. He got 4th place at Senkou Standoff, while the before mentioned Winter Brawl 12 was going on, showing his progress in the game. With him continuing to practice in the game, I think that he's going to be one of the standouts of the game and the FGC in general. Come Evil, don't be surprised if he ends up at the big stage in Sunday's top 8. Sonic Fox is currently one of the best players the FGC has to offer, being considered the best in Justice 2, Skullgirls, and Mortal Kombat X player. He's the youngest player in this list and full of talent. Sonic Fox currently has 3 EVO wins for Mortal Kombat X, XL, and the first Injustice, and he continues his domination in Injustice 2, recently winning Winter Brawl 12 with Michelangelo, a character that apart from being released a couple of weeks prior, people said was pretty bad. He was also starting to get really good at MVCI, but as we've seen before, he took his talents elsewhere. When Dragonball FighterZ released, he showed interest quick and developed his skills faster than anyone, beating people left and right in locals and bigger tournaments. When the biggest tournament came, Winter Brawl 12, and he was sent to losers, people thought that was it for him, but he quickly picked himself back up and won Grand Finals in a dominating 6-0 set against Chris G that had people all over the FGC turning their heads and left with their mouths wide open. Now people are trying to challenge him to matches and want to dethrone him as the best player. He's the most likely out of the list to be the first Dragon Ball FighterZ EVO champ, at least in my opinion. Don't lose track of him as he continues his journey to be the best in the game. Dragon Ball FighterZ is one of the most successful fighting games in recent history, and that is sure to attract even more people to the competitive scene. Don't be surprised if this year it is the game with most entries at EVO. So, what do you think? Did I miss any player? Maybe you think that other dominating fighting game players should start getting into Dragon Ball FighterZ? Who do you think is going to be the game's first EVO champion? Comment below and thanks for watching.